So we're talking today about the upcoming Egyptian initiation trip.
Yes. And I'm going to ask Peter. I'm Gerry Ibels from Azaya, and I'm going to ask Peter a couple of questions about the Egyptian trip. Yes. How is this trip different from others, Peter?
Well, first of all, it's not simply a tourist trip. This is initiation trip. We'll be taking everybody to the special PowerPoint within each temple, which you have access to gain specific initiations for each PowerPoint. This is to awaken the latent magic that the Egyptian holds, to awaken all your spiritual abilities to its maximum potential. So it's very much an initiated journey through each temple where you're going to be awakened spiritually and magically in ways beyond you'll find anywhere else.
And how do you do that? Do you do that everywhere in temples or
Yes,
on
we have
special
many
places?
sites we visit. We're going to many of the Egyptian temples, not just through the tourists. We have private space in particular secret chambers where initiation happens, as well as in the Great Pyramid.
Great. How are you authorized to give these initiations?
Basically, I was initiated nearly 40 years ago by a group of Bedouin women who was actually following this knowledge very secretly. So it's a very little known tradition, although there's many people claiming to teach Egyptian magic. I was initiated into a very ancient lineage which has the real magic. So I've been following this path for nearly 40 years now, developing it everywhere I can, and I have access to various traditional initiations, which is very ancient, which then allows me to pass this on to you. So basically, I'm following a very ancient tradition here. We have knowledge of the certain temples, of their lineages, of what happens there, particular magics that are passed on, and the ability to initiate and pass these initiations on.
Yeah. And how are we able to get private access? Because that's very special. We were in the king chamber, the queen chamber. We were everywhere alone with our group.
Yes.
How, what,
This is about knowing the right people. Again, it's the Bedouin. I mean, I was initiated by Bedouin, and this is a different Bedouin, but these are the ones which have who've been keepers of the pyramids for the last 800 years. And so we have ways of getting in because they're the ones who keep the temples. Obviously, we won't mention the names because it's very secret and it's so we have to be careful with this. But we will have access to places the public cannot go.
yeah, that's very special about it. Is it all hard work then and no luxury, the trip?
Oh no, it's quite a luxurious trip as well. We have a beautiful cruise on the Nile. All the places we stay are quite luxurious for the area and very good food. So you have plenty of time to enjoy yourself, relax, absorb the energies, and basically it's a very enjoyable trip where you can actually be in a relaxed state to actually allow the awakening to happen. So it's not stressful in any way. It's going to be a beautiful, relaxing, enjoyable, and very spiritual and lifting and magical
Yeah,
trip.
yeah. And besides that, we have also, when we are taken from one place to another, we have air conditioning in the car. Everything is very good
But even the
arranged.
Nile cruise saves a lot of trouble because we can actually be floating down the river at night and pay at the next temple in the morning. So there's no kind of wasted time on the journey in, but so it's very nice and well nicely set up. So we have an easy flow from one temple to the next to be all over these special places of Egypt. Beautiful
Yes.
Nile cruise, wonderful food, everything.
Yeah. Especially the desserts.
Yes.
What places will we visit?
Well, the big one is the Great Pyramid, and of course the Sphinx. Well, actually, there's a few of the Cheops pyramids there. We go to the smaller ones as well because they too have some secrets that public don't go into. But in the pyramid, we'll have some private time for a couple of hours in the king's chamber to do initiations and down to the queen's chamber, and also a deep underground chamber which most people don't even know about below the pyramid. We'll be visiting the Temple of Hutor at Dendera, Temple of Horus at Edfu. We'll be visiting the Isis Temple near Aswan, Philae, and also with some of the kind of ancient and Osiris temples. Basically, all the most important PowerPoints. So it'll be a couple of weeks visiting these places. As well as the actual temples, we have some places out in the desert. We have initiation, which is actually where the buried temples are. You see, once
Yeah,
the temple is excavated, it becomes touristy. It becomes less accessible for
yeah,
initiation. The important initiation is going to take place in the desert with nobody around, right over this sacred PowerPoint where the temple is still buried. We know the locations of these places, so you have access to those too.
yeah. Great. What will people gain as a result of this trip?
Most important thing is that spiritual awakening. First of all, just being in there in that space, you find your heart opens, you get uplifted spiritually, but also magical initiations are very important for actual practical magic ability to manifest our dreams. So if you've been struggling to manifest your dreams, create abundance or things you want, these sorts can activate the power to make sure you get success. It'll overcome a lot of blockages, all the kind of old myths and things which get stand in the way of a free flow of power, and actually activate the power. So
Mhm.
later on, you can use these spells, you can use the hieroglyphs, all the things we're going to be learning there, and basically your basic manifestation techniques to actually make them work. So your magic from hell will be successful. You'll be able to actually create your own reality, manifest your dreams, heal, be born by heal your different conditions physically and emotionally and mentally, and basically be really spiritually uplifted. So you come out with a sense of clarity, certainty, confidence in creating reality and knowing who you are and where you're going, and generally feeling really good about yourself and feeling that upliftment. So it's a really transformative journey. You come out feeling different, basically, far more in control of your life, far more spiritually awake and ready to actually work your magic and create everything you meant to create.
Yeah, and the energy is very special over there. That's oh, I can feel it, but it is very different from all other places.
Yeah. The thing,
Really nice.
these PowerPoints have those keys, which they're still very important to us today.
Yeah. Are there prerequisites for this journey?
If you want to do the final initiation, then yes, there is it's an article that's put on my website about preparing for initiation, where you have to do the 7 prayers, and it's a 9-week process. So really, if you want to do the initiation on this journey, at the end of it, you need to do these prayers first to prepare, because this is a prerequisite. Those who don't do the final initiation, it doesn't matter, but if you're going to do the initiation, there's preparation. I've written a whole article about it. We'll give you the link to it, send it to you if you want to book. But basically, there are 7 prayers you're going to write, which expresses 7 different types of devotion to your chosen goddess. There'll be a particular deity you feel most called to. It'll be your number one deity to take you further. And you must make this connection. So you're going to be initiated under that deity and form a really powerful connection. So preparation is doing 9 weeks of devotional prayers, basically.
And what do people have to do? Do they have to make their own prayers or
Yes,
uh,
I kind of outlined that in my article you can read there on the website about preparing for initiation. I describe the 7 types of love and devotion, and basically based on those ideas, you write your own prayer to the goddess. There'll be 7 types of prayer you write, and you do those twice a day at home. And once you've written the prayers, it only takes a few minutes a day to do them. But also during that time, because you have this devotion to the goddess, you're actually being aware of her presence in your life. So you're actually conducting your life as if the goddess is with you all the time, being aware of anything that's not aligned. So things come out that you might need to change in your life, bad habits you might want to give up. So there's a type of process of transformation through this whole prayer process. But basically,
yeah.
the important point is that you make these 7 prayers of your own. You understand them, what these type of 7 prayers are, but it's your own kind of basic prayer you write, and you do them every day. This creates an atmosphere of devotion where you be connected to the goddess, preparing yourself well for her presence in your life.
And when we think about the night in the desert for the initiation, um, are they laying in the sand or do they?
Obviously, there will be mats down. We bring all the bedding and stuff. And it's good if you bring sleeping bags with you and everything and warm clothes, because you can get cold in the desert at night. But yes, we on the sand, but on mats, so you're not writing in the sand. So
No.
create a sacred space, set up a sacred area around it and protection, everything with a little fire going where your souls are being watched, and you'll be comfortable there where you can sleep and go into a trance state, not fully asleep, but you kind of, because I'm sending you to the other world. Go into a
Yeah.
dream state where you go through initiation.
Yeah, and that is in the black and white desert
That's right.
this time. Yeah. And what can they do if they want more information? Of course, they can send you an email. They can send me an email.
The
Um,
itinerary is already up on the website, and of course, they can look at my article on preparing for initiation. But apart from that, yes, most information is there. If they want to know any more, they can actually email their questions. I'll be happy to help.
yes. And after that, I make sometimes a telephone call with the people, tell them about it. So for everything, it's arranged. They will get all help to decide to come to Egypt. And what means it to you going to Egypt for this trip?
Well, for me, it's not a money-making thing. I don't actually make any profit out of this at all. I do it for the love of what I do. Money goes to the kind of Egyptian organization. But It's always good to be back there in these sacred places because it's so uplifting. You're in that space again. You can almost feel the magic of awakening, your spirits being uplifted, your heart opening. It's just so wonderful to be back there again in that space. And just to be there teaching and passing the initiation on again, just to feel that magic spreading. It's a beautiful experience every time.
Yeah. And what I found the first time when I went, and also the second time, you feel a lot of love there.
Mm.
There's a lot of loving energy also between the people.
Yeah. Yes, it
Um,
awakens there, kind of opens the hearts, and everybody's in a really good space.
yes, that's what I mean. Okay, thank you. So, um, I would like to say, book your place and
Mhm.
come with us to Egypt, and you won't regret it. It's a beautiful journey.
Mhm.